Hello everyone, and welcome to Group D's summary of the first 4 chapters of Blue Ocean Strategy. Over the next 10 minutes, we will guide you and your business out of the red ocean and into the blue. The red ocean is defined by a market space that several companies have already explored and competed in. When you are acting in this red ocean, you compete in existing market space. You aim to beat competition, and you're exploiting existing demands. On the other hand, the blue ocean describes an uncontested market space for an unknown industry or innovation. Here you will create uncontested market space, aim to make competition irrelevant, create and capture new demands. The way to succeed is to come up with a new value innovation focusing on making the competition irrelevant, and we mean completely irrelevant. So, let's talk about value innovation. Value innovation is created in a region where a company's actions favorably affect its costs, its structure, and its proposition to buyers. Cost savings are made by eliminating and reducing the factors an industry competes on. Buyer value is lifted by raising and creating elements the industry has never offered. Over time, costs are reduced further as scale economics kick in due to the high sale volumes that superior value generates, thus creating value innovation. The Blue Ocean Strategy is built on 8 principles. On the one hand, you have the formulation principles. Here, you reconstruct market boundaries. You focus on the big picture. You reach beyond existing demands, and you get the strategic sequence right. On the other hand, you have the execution principles, which are overcoming key organizational hurdles, building execution into strategy, aligning value, profit, and people propositions, and lastly, renew the blue ocean. But how exactly do you do this? Well, the Blue Ocean Strategy provides the following analytic tools and framework. First of all, we have 3 characteristics. 1. Focus. 2. Divergence. And 3. A compelling tagline. Next, we have 3 steps to take in use. First, we have the strategy canvas. Second, the 4-action framework. And lastly, the eliminate, reduce, raise, and create grid. Let's start by taking a look at the strategy canvas. The strategy canvas is both a diagnostic tool and an action framework for building a compelling blue ocean strategy. It allows you to understand the competition you are up against. Here's an example of what it could look like. In this example, you see regular fast food places pinned against Burger Amt, which are located in Berlin. They are compared on 8 parameters chosen to fit the companies, and then on 1 parameter at a time, they're placed high or low on the scale depending on where it fits in. This gives us a value curve of similarities and, most importantly, the differences of the two. The next step is then the 4-action framework. In the 4-action framework, there are 4 questions to challenge an industry's strategic logic and business models. These are: which factors should be eliminated? Which factors should be reduced well below? Which factors should be raised well above? And which factors should be created? There is a third tool that is key to creation of Blue Ocean. It is a supplementary analytic tool to the 4-action framework called the Eliminate, Reduce, Raise, Create grid. The grid pushes companies to act on all four to create a new value curve. Now, let's look at the 6-path framework. Here we find 6 basic approaches to remaking market boundaries. Let's examine how each of these 6 paths work. 1. Look across alternative industries. Alternative industries are industries that have different functions and forms that serve the same purpose as you. The second is looking across strategic groups within the industry. Strategic groups refer to groups within an industry that pursue a similar strategy and can generally be ranked in a hierarchical order built on 2 dimensions of price and performance. 3. Look across the chain of buyers: the influencer, the purchaser, and consumer. 4. Look at complementary products and service offerings. This involves accessing buyer pain points before they use the product or service, when they use it, and after they have used it. 5. Now look across functional or emotional appeal. This involves looking into ways to convert originally functional-oriented products to provide an emotional appeal and vice versa. And lastly, number 6, look across time. Looking into the future and discovering how these trends would affect business, and then make plans to maximize these trends to create a blue ocean. Now that we have all the facts straight, let's visualize the strategy. There are 4 steps when we visualize a strategy. First, it's visual awakening. Here we compare with competitors. Then there's visual exploration, exploring the 6 paths to create the blue ocean. The third is visual strategy fair, drawing a new strategy based on insights from field observations. And fourth, we have visual communication that compares the old strategy with the new one, all in one page. Now that we know our basics in blue ocean strategy, let's try to make it a bit more tangible by putting it all to use on an example. For this, we've chosen the German Burgeramt. Burgeramt is a very popular food place in Berlin. They have homemade from-scratch burgers. They put quality and moral above all. The prices are low, and Burgeramt also acts as a trendsetter on the market with promoting concerts and bands. For comparison, let's pin them against the common fast food places that are known for mass-produced food at a low price, surrounding a basic set menu, and here it's all about profit. For a value curve on each of them, let's put them in the strategy canvas. This strategy canvas is the same that you saw earlier. So let's skip straight ahead and look at an eliminate, reduce, race, and create grid. Because what is it that makes Burgeramt so different from the common fast food places? Well, they eliminated food as their only attraction. They improved the quality of food and the atmosphere in the restaurant. Then they reduced the number of locations, thereby avoiding becoming mainstream. And last, but certainly not least, they created experience. People who come to Burgeramt not only come there for the amazing burgers, but because Burgeramt is a full experience. So what can we conclude from the blue ocean strategy? Well, don't fight against your rivals in a shrinking profit pool. Create a new pool